Hi, I'm Brian Pfeiffer, aka the Marketing Meathead, and today I'm going to show you guys a $5,000 Infusionsoft lead capture automation campaign. All right, welcome back, guys. Let's take a look here at this campaign. Well, let me tell you a little bit about Infusionsoft. So far, I've worked with two different outside type companies, one being Sixth Division and another one being with Seven Figure Automation. I wasn't real happy with Sixth Division. I think I spent like $2,500 on them to build me out something for Infusionsoft. Never really ultimately used it. They never really helped me implement it fully. I would not recommend them as a company. Honestly, all this stuff, guys, you can pretty much figure out on your own. What these guys are doing by doing your own research. I've come to figure out a lot of the stuff on my own, and had I known what I know now, I would have just been able to build this stuff out myself. With Seven Figure Automation, I spent $5,000 for what I'm going to show you today, and was it worth it? Well, let me just say this: they got it up and running, and it's working. So, in the end of the day, had I left it for myself to do, it probably wouldn't have got done. Okay, so I paid $5,000 to speed up the process, and did they do a good job? I'd say yeah. Was it worth $5,000? I would say no. What I wanted for $5,000 and what they gave me for $5,000 were two different things. Okay, I thought I was going to get a lot more. They wanted to do as little as possible, which makes sense. They're a business, or trying to make their money and move on to the next project. So let's get started. I'm just going to show you guys basically how it works. Basically, they take a website. It's called Opt-in Monster. Okay, and basically you have a dashboard here, and you can see I have a number of sites on here that are all sites that my parent company owns. And we're going to take, for example, this one, Surreal Nightlife. Today we're going to edit it, and you're going to see that there is like a pop-up. This is what comes up on the site if you were to go on to surrealnightlife.com and you go to the Vegas section. In about in about a few minutes here, this will pop up with a pop-up. We can check that and you'll see it pop up. So for Vegas, Surreal, this is okay, kind of matches the colors, okay, but Opt-in Monster is a pretty cool tool. But as far as like the build out Seven Figure Automation, I would have liked to seen them make this a little bit more branded to the site. So I actually have my developer working on new I guess you call it pop-ups for the site. I think he's actually got a couple of them done. Let's see if he's got them here. Skype, I'll forward over to you guys to see. Yeah, here's one of them. Okay, so if you take a look at this, you can see this one's more branded to the website. It's like this is going to pop up, and they're going to see, instead of seeing this, which is look generic, okay, this is more like, hey, you're opting into Bachelorette in Vegas, which I think is important to be congruent, okay? I think it's going to help with conversion rates and all that stuff. So we do affiliate marketing, so we understand the importance of conversion rates. I mean, no offense, but these guys in Seven Figure Automation, it's like they did the bare minimum to, for $5,000, I would have expected them to give me stuff like this, not like what they gave me, okay? So let's, I'm not going to sit here and rip on them. I don't want to start any bad blood with them because I'm still kind of working with them. But at the end of the day, I think they could have just done a better job. Personally, I don't know. Here's the one we've kind of come up with for Bachelor Vegas. So you can see it's a little bit more enticing. It's got the logo in there. So that's my own team doing this stuff. And we could have just done this in the first place. But had I left it up to myself to get done, it might have never got done because I probably would have put it on the back burner. And it is what it is. So I paid $5,000 to speed up the process. It is what it is. So anyway, so here's the setup inside Opt-in Monster. It just integrates with Infusionsoft here. You can see that it's been in, we've tied it in through the API to Infusionsoft. So Infusionsoft, email provider, Infusionsoft, and then basically it's got a list of tags here. So when you click on this, you'll see a bunch of tags pull up. and you can basically put in the tag you want. So when somebody opts in here, it's going to it's going to get tagged immediately with this campaign. Okay, so so right now it says bottle specials opt-in SN. Okay, so we know that when they opt in, they're going to get this tag put on it. Okay, and obviously it's coming from Surreal Nightlife. So this is pretty basic stuff to set up. It's not hard. Basically, it's got some rules here and whatnot. You can kind of just when the thing comes up and different stuff, you can play around with it. Right now, see how I just switched back to Surreal and now it's popped up. So it gives the users a little bit of time to browse around on the site before it pops up. Okay, that's how we have it set up currently. All right, so that is opt-in monster. So that's where you're going to want to start to get your basically your pop-up set up and just integrate it with Infusionsoft. If you have any questions, they have tutorials and they have our customer support. I'm sure you can figure it out on your own. It's not real complicated, honestly. So now here's where it gets a little more exciting. Here we go over to Infusionsoft. We go into Campaign Builder, and the way they got this set up. Now, keep in mind, I did not build this; they built this. So obviously, I've kind of looked at it and figured it out. Basically, that this is how it works. Okay, so they have what's called a basically there's an engagement, an indoctrination, and an incession campaign. Okay, now the engagement campaign is basically the first one they go into. So let's take a look at this. Okay, you can see here this one's set up for BV. That's one of our other websites. So as soon as an email opt-in, they get tagged with bottle service opt-in BV. Then they go into a sequence. Okay, basically they're gonna get 3 tags put on. The main BV tag, which is the main tag for all the contacts that come through that site. They're going to go into the engagement sequence, and they're going to start an indoctrination campaign. So when they opted in for a bottle specials PDF. Okay, so I had a designer build me a lead magnet. It's called bottle service PDF. So basically, the first email comes from me at Bachelor Vegas, and basically here's your download for the bottle service special. So they opted in, and right away they get an email with what they opted in for. And if you were to click on this, that would give you a I'll show you guys. Just gonna pull it up here. I'm working on a large screen, so you're only seeing a small part of it. Let's see, Bachelor Vegas stuff. Okay, so here is the PDFs for Bachelor Vegas, and you'll see bottle specials. Okay, so now this is what they get. Okay, they get the bottle specials for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay, pretty nice. It's decent, not spectacular, but decent enough for a lead magnet. I just built out a better lead magnet for all the sites here, and this one has like the top packages we have. Okay, so this one's a lot nicer. I had a better designer, more high-end designer do this. Spent some money. So we're going to have a new pop-up that says enter your email for, the most popular packages and the ultimate bottle service guide. So in the email, I'll have to change this to 2 links. So there's going to be a bottle service, and then there'll be another link for the most popular packages for people that are interested in those. Okay. So I'll have to adjust this email here, which I might do here today, but I don't need to do it on the video. Okay, so that's the first email. They get that right away. There's no delay. They get 3 tags put on, boom, email goes out. All right, and then let's see what happens. They go into another sequence. There's going to be a 24-hour time delay, okay, and then they're going to go into, let's see, shoot with the small screen here. Let's see if I can expand it out. Then they go into a 3 email sequence, okay. Now, there was also another tag that got applied there, okay. Like if you noticed, there was 3 tags. So they went into the engagement and indoctrination, okay? So let's take a look at that now. So that was the engagement campaign, okay? I just showed you guys. That's the 3 email engagement campaign. Basically, it's just, trying to get them to make contact with us, okay? Let's take a look at email 1 here. and they're all pretty similar emails. Vegas looks awesome, they're pretty intense too. Basically, I'm giving them the free nightclub guide, the free strip club guide, the free day club guide. Also on the bottom here, you know, the day club and nightclub table maps. I'm just trying to give them like some nice stuff. You know, show them that I'm like, you know, I'm not trying to like just sell them. I'm giving them advice, giving them, you know, giving them education. Basically, I'm trying to get them to know, like, and trust me, okay, before they'll contact me. That's the whole idea here, okay? Obviously, we're trying to increase conversions and whatnot, and these people don't know me from Adam off the internet, and, you know, this is a lot of nice stuff I just sent them. In fact, that the stuff that's in that email, just the graphic design on that stuff was almost 15 grand from beginning to end. So, like, I'm giving them like $15,000 worth of information for, you know, obviously it's not, would never pay that for that, but that's what I spent to get it designed. So it's just nice high-end quality stuff, okay? And then what was the other tag here? They go, that was a countdown timer. That was there. The other tag was, okay, the engagement sequence and the indoctrination. All right, so let's go see that. And the indoctrination was, I think it's just a one email thing. Now this is what I paid $5 grand for, guys. So this is a $5,000 lesson here. All right, here's the indoctrination campaign. And basically, the indoctrination campaign, I believe there's a delay tag added by the engagement campaign, okay, which is a start indoctrination. And basically, there's a decision diamond here. If the contact's name contains email indoctrinated, okay, and then if the contact's name doesn't contain email indoctrinated. So basically saying that this person's gone through this before, they're not going to get the welcome email, okay? So the one email is just basically they're not going to get it. They're going to just remove the you know, email and indoctrination tag, okay? And the other one is actually the email that they're going to get, okay? And it's going to wait 30 minutes, and you're going to get an email that says, hey, you know, blah, 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 I'm Brian Pfeiffer. And basically just trying to get them to contact me. So now they've gotten an email basically with what they've requested in the pop-up, and so they got their PDF, or their PDFs in our case. We're going to have 2 going to them soon. And then 30 minutes later they get this email, okay? And now this takes them out of the you know, that's just a one email sequence here, okay? And that's it. That's the indoctrination, okay? And then what happens is if they go through the engagement campaign and they haven't done anything at the end of this campaign, okay? Basically, there's 3 emails in here, guys. So 1, 2, 3. All right. And if they haven't done anything, if they haven't contacted us or anything, then they're going to go in what's called an ascension campaign, okay? And you'll see here, we apply, we can stop the engagement campaign manually. Like, for example, if they do contact us and we don't want them to keep getting these emails, we just got to apply this tag. And basically that will stop them and immediately remove them to the engagement campaign. And you'll see here, this is just a remove tag, okay? So that's how you got to do it when you take someone out of the series. I know it gets a little confusing here. So basically, if they're in the middle of this and you put them into this, they're going to get all 3 of these emails. Now, what happens if they contact us after email 1 or after email 2? Well, we don't want them to get email 3. So at that point, basically, you got to go in manually on that contact and apply this tag, stop engagement campaign, and boom, that'll shoot them out of this series and immediately remove them from the campaign. Okay. Now, if they haven't contacted us and they went through this whole series, then they're going to go down. If we didn't apply this tag and get them out of this series, they're going to go down here to apply a start ascension tag. Okay. And this looks like this. It's just simply a simple campaign to start ascension. Okay, it's just applying a tag. Okay. Well, now once they get a tag applied for the ascension campaign, then they're going to go into the ascension campaign, obviously. So let's take a look at the ascension campaign. And let's see here. Ascension campaign is pretty simple. Nothing spectacular here. I mean, basically the tag's been applied, start ascension, okay? They go into the sweetening the deal, basically, ascension campaign. We're gonna remove the start ascension campaign. We're gonna apply in ascension sequence tag, okay? And then they're gonna get 3 emails basically that look like this. Some good news, bad news. When you choose Bachelor Vegas, you're getting. And you're getting, and they got ATVs, exotic cars. Basically, we're just trying to like entice them with some other stuff, you know, to try to get them to contact us, okay? And then once they get that email, 48 hours they're going to get another email, 48 hours they're going to get another email, and then pretty much they're going to be done. If they haven't contacted us now, this is after 6 emails, 3 in the engagement, 3 in the ascension. Actually, a total of 8 emails. They got the original PDF, they got the indoctrination email, and then they got 3 in the engagement and 3 in the ascension. That's like 8 times we've tried to contact them, and if they haven't contacted us, they're probably a wasted, probably not going to happen. So either that or the emails are going into spam and they're just not seeing them. I mean, it is what it is. We do, if they fill out a quote form or whatever, too, we contact them, via phone or text. So that's basically it. You remove the in ascension tag, and that's pretty much that campaign. And then throughout, now if for some reason they contact you after this email or this email in the ascension campaign, you're going to want to take them out of that ascension campaign. So you have to apply this tag, stop ascension, okay? And that would immediately take them to this, which removes them from the in ascension sequence, okay? So if they contact us, you gotta manually, we have to basically take them out of that tag, okay? So that's kind of how that works. Unfortunately, we're not selling like a product here. We're doing a service, and we're waiting for people to contact us, and manually we have to take them out of the thing. Now, you could set this up automated, like if someone were to buy a product or something, that would automatically take them out of like these campaigns or whatever. But unfortunately, in my business, it's a services business, and we're trying to talk to people. So it's just the nature of the beast, and that's how it rolls. So now what happens if they go through this whole thing, we don't take them out of the stop ascension, and then they go into this, and this is just basically they automatically removes the tag, and they won't get contacted from us again, except for maybe like a monthly newsletter or something we'll send out, because they're going to be in the master list, okay? But that's the whole thing. That's a $5,000 lesson I just gave you guys, okay? That's the entire build out for $5,000 that I paid for, $5,000, and it's really not that complicated, honestly. It's really not that complicated, honestly. It's it's for $5,000. I mean, the build out, I could have done that in a couple hours, unfortunately. Now they wrote the copy and everything, and the copy's decent. I write copy myself, so I could have done that myself. You can see we have 12 people in this currently right now. 4 people have gone all the way through it. 2 people have stopped out. I've stopped them out because they've contacted me. So it's definitely working. I've already had 2 people that have contacted me through this, and I took them out of this campaign manually. So, we just pretty much got this up and running recently. So, I mean, that's the 5K lesson, guys. I will do another video in this series later this week when I have the entire automation built out for my 7-figure company from beginning to end, and I'll show you everything from beginning to end. I'll show you what I just showed you guys there, then what happens when we do get a contact from them, then what happens after we do a quote for them, and then what happens after they buy from us. So basically it's like multiple campaigns. It took me a long time to build this thing out because I did some really, really nice emails for the quotes and whatnot, for the generic teaser type quotes, and my VA is still building them out. We're not finished yet, but we put a ton of time and energy into this to make it just an incredible system. But what this is going to do for our company is, number one, it's going to follow up with our leads a lot better and try to get people to engage with us a lot more automatically. That'll help increase conversions. And then it's also going to free us up more time, so we don't have to spend so much time manually following up with these people, so that we can turn on the paid traffic, bring in more quotes, which in turn allows me and my sales rep to do more quotes per day. And it's a numbers game, basically. If you do 100 quotes and you close 10%, you're going to get 10 jobs. Okay, so the more quotes my sales rep and I can do in a day, the more money we can make. So the less we have to do with like this manual type follow-up and let the machine like Infusionsoft do it, the more money we're going to make. So at the end of the day, it's the only way to scale the business. Okay, either that or you add more people, but then you're kind of not really making any more profit. Typically what happens is, if you add more people, if you're not increasing your sales, you're just screwing your bottom line. So the idea here is to increase sales, get the bottom line up, and then add more people with paid traffic and set them up with the automation as well, and then exponentially your bottom line grows. That's the whole idea of building a 7-figure company. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson, guys. Definitely wanted to make sure you guys got the benefit of seeing what I spent $5 grand on. And if you can give me a thumbs up, a like, leave a comment below, let me know what you think. If there's anything you see here that I could do, or you like what you saw today, I'd really appreciate a comment. Hit the subscribe button and bang that notifications bell, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks.